Hello there, I hope you're doing good. Just a quick presentation of myself and of how I work with my clients online, which is very important to see before we jump on a call, both you with my colleague and with myself. So let's get started with simple things, just a quick introduction. So for the people that don't know me, my name is Alan. Prior to be a strength and conditioning coach, I was myself an athlete. I used to play football or for the Americans out there, soccer, quite at a high league in Belgium, in Europe, until I was like 18, 19 years old. Around when I was like 16, I had an ACL surgery. The surgery went well. I went to one of the best doctors in Belgium, so I can't complain about that. But the rehab was very bad. I went to a local rehab place where I live in Brussels, and yeah, it is just what you see at most of the physio places, I guess, around the world. From what I always hear from the people, is just they take too many people at once. They do the minimum, especially after surgery. They just ice, massage, put like electrical stimulation on you, and while doing that, they go to the next patient. So they aren't really paying attention to the client. Fast forward, I didn't do any testing. I didn't do any strength training. 6 months post surgery, he just cleared me for no reason. He just wanted to clear me. So I was at that time still young and dumb with no knowledge. So I was happy. I just returned to sports. I returned to playing, and my first game, boom, again injured. So that was a little bit my introduction to coaching. At that time, I was also still studying in the university as a marketing student. Fast forward a couple of years later, I am a strength and conditioning coach because of the things that happened. Once I got back injured, I had another tear, but it wasn't big enough for me to have a surgery. At that time, my older brother was studying at the university to become a physio. I was still in the university to attend my marketing lessons. And I was just looking into his books and lessons and just started learning myself while doing my own thing on the side, because I wasn't really interested in becoming a coach. I was just interested in sorting myself out, which eventually happened. It took me like almost 1 year, one good year, I would say, to play again. Of course, I came back faster, but to play again consistently, it took me like a year. And until now, I'm injury free. I have never been stronger compared to now. Because of the methods that I just use, it just made sense. So as you can see, I'm training now with a lot of clients that have the similar issues, whether it's for the knee or other areas where they just struggle to find a good physio who is really paying attention to them and being there 24/7 for them. And I was also blessed to be able to do a summer camp. So because I was a football player myself, I had the idea to organize a summer camp. So during the off season, I brought some players with me. We traveled to another country. We traveled to Spain at that time. Lovely place, lovely villa we hired. We hired a pitch. We hired a gym, a private gym, and we just trained crazy for the off season. And they came back and went crazy the season after. So as you can see, the results speak for themselves. What's good about my online coaching is that it's really specific. So when you go on my website, you will have the ebooks that you can find. But if you want really something specific and something that you can't find on the website, you will be able to work with me through the online coaching, because I can just customize the plan to what you need. I have people that come up to me with shoulder issues. I have people that come up to me to lose weight or gain weight, as you can see here, and they all just get out of there with great results. The way I work with my clients online is very simple. We have a structured method around this, followed by coaching, of course, nutrition, sports, and mindset around it that will be taken over by my colleague Kevin. First of all, the nutritional guide. The nutritional guide, it doesn't matter what you buy, you will always receive this because it's not only about training, it's about lifestyle. Rehab is a lifestyle. Transforming yourself is a lifestyle. It's not just going into the gym, doing a workout, going back home and forget about everything. So this is really a key point from our method triangle, which is very important. This can also be customized, of course, through our calls as well. If you're injured, we can always see what supplements are good. And if you're trying to lose weight or gain weight and you don't have any knowledge, I can always help you to track your calories and see what times of the day is good to eat, what to eat, the portions of the meals, etc. Let's talk about sports. So the way my program works is a weekly program. So I will send you every week separately. Usually, of course, this can always be different, but we work in a 3-phase program. So phase 1 is an adaptation phase, phase 2 is a progression phase, and phase 3 is an ascension phase. The duration of this phase depends on how well you progress. If you're someone who comes up to me to gain weight or lose weight, this might just take 1 week or 2 weeks each phase. If you're someone who comes up to me post ACL, we never know the outcomes. Some people might progress through phase 1 in 1 week. Some people might need 2 weeks, which is completely fine. Everybody is just different, but we just adapt. And then according to this, we adapt the following phase in order to really get through the whole 3 phases, the whole duration. Of course, in these weekly programs, you will have access to the workouts. In those workouts, I will give you the exercises with all the necessary information about the sets, reps, the rest in between the sets, the weight that you have to use, extra notes on the execution, and every single exercise has a video of myself performing the exercise. So this way it just feels like I'm with you in the gym and you don't have any issues performing the workouts on your own. Let's talk about my coaching. Some of you out there are always questioning and are always scared about, no, I think I prefer someone in person, which I totally understand. But my online coaching is really made for you to feel like I'm with you there and you can count on me 24/7. So we have a few things that you have access to. We have a weekly call to track your progress. Of course, if you don't want this, we can always adapt it. Or if you want to do it every 2 weeks because you have a busy schedule, we can always adapt this. Secondly, we have a weekly Q&A where I will jump on a call and then everyone joins and can just ask questions for like 1 hour and I can just answer your questions. So this is similar to the weekly call to track your progress, but for everyone together, and it's just a Q&A, which is also perfect. Maybe you can learn new people and learn from each other's mistakes, learn from each other's progress. Based on these calls, I can adapt the program and the nutritional guide. So it's really good. I used to send everything at once to my clients. I learned from my mistake, and now I just send everything separately in order for me to just adapt on how you feel. Sometimes the program is too easy. Okay, no problem. We jump on a call. We talk about what needs to be changed, what needs to be more difficult in order to progress. And then I go to work, and then I send you the program for the next week, the next phase. And we repeat the same thing next. Of course, you always have access to my phone number. So if you have any questions, you can always just text me on WhatsApp. There's no issue. And if there's an emergency, I can always make an acceptation to jump on a call with you through WhatsApp. And lastly, the coaching that I do, again, it depends on how you come to me. If you're someone who comes to me to gain weight, lose weight, we are going to, of course, ask for a few things like pictures. If you feel like you don't want to send them to me, keep them for yourselves. This is just to keep track of our progress. We will also do another few tests. If you come to me for rehab or for performance, we will do some exercise testing and keep the numbers. And then at the end of the program, we will do the same tests and compare the numbers, because we don't just want to We don't just want to have you end up the program by feeling like it was good. I want to have a clear and a visual understanding for you, not only for me, but for you, that this program is the answer. And then, like I said, the mindset is something that my colleague will take over. He will work on your mindset, eliminate limiting beliefs, manage stress and other opinions, create a new identity, and establish and sustain a new lifestyle. Why? Because coming from someone, let's say you come up to me to lose weight and just get back fit, coming from a lifestyle where you eat bad and don't train to a lifestyle where you have to eat good and you have to train, it's a big difference. And sometimes it's like stress, it's a shock for the body, and not only for the body but also for the mind, so you can get really tired if you don't understand the reason why. So this is really something that we have found out with my colleague that has changed a lot for my patients. Some patients had addictions like smoking, and eventually after the whole program they just stopped smoking. So this is not just only about sports, this is really about lifestyle. We want you to be better. We want you to come out of this program as a different person. So the purpose of the next two calls is really simple. The first call is going to be with my colleague. He will just talk with you about how my coaching works. And if you have any questions, he will answer them. Of course, make sure that it's not related to the injury or your goals. Just make it business related and ask him questions on how my coaching works and what to expect from it. And then if you're still interested, you will jump on a private call with me, and that's when we can get to work and create the magic.